Let's see if it stays. It
That's
shows
what it's
the
called,
study.
right? It's domination.
It is.
It is all this time.
It is domination.
All right. So it plays out similar to Call of Duty. Like there's three hills. If you control 2, you're getting more points than if you control 1. 3 is better than 2. You know, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
The spawning also works out pretty. If you don't have anyone standing near a hill, then the other team will spawn there, even if you own it. And it's like Annex in the sense you can capture it, then walk away.
Okay. So it's pretty much like what some people wanted in King of the Hill before, which is like, not, having to stay in the hill. Like some people, they want to be able to cap the hill and just, leave, and then other people want to be able to, pretty much just cap the hill and then, stay in the hill. So this is the opposite. So it's just you cap the territory and then you can leave. You don't have to stay in it to gather time, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
And I think with GAU 3, like, it would have helped if you had to stay in the hill.
Yeah,
But with there being 3 hills at once, it's not nearly as big of an issue because you can just go cap something else.
Yeah. So it's like an A, B, C kind of hill kind of thing. So we're seeing a little bit of some similarities between this game type and, as you said before, like the domination they have in Call of Duty. So it's pretty similar.
It's
Yeah,
almost
it's just like Call of Duty.
yeah. It's almost exact same as Call of Duty, like to a T.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, I think the biggest thing with domination was that as opposed to King of the Hill, it's more dynamic in that people don't camp one spot and you have to keep moving. And I guess they kind of looked at it like, and this is just my interpretation based off of what we played. It's like, well, we can't really fix King of the Hill because the game doesn't quite work as well with King as it would with a domination, where players don't necessarily have to camp around it. So there's no King, and then it's like domination is kind of the next iteration of that, and it plays really well. It's just, I don't know. It's just not what I would want, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. It's not what I would want for Gears of War. I mean, it's good, but it's just not what I expect or not what I want. So, I don't know. I don't know what to really think about how it would play out in terms of competitively. I mean, I'm fine playing it. I enjoy domination on Call of Duty, but again, this isn't Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it, Jessica?
Personally, well, what you were saying is true. I think it works out better in Gears of War Judgment than it would have, like, compared to King of the Hill. And I think the verticality of the maps make it interesting. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Honestly, I think Gears of War Judgment was fun to play. I don't know how well it's going to translate over to competitive play, but it was a fun game to play. So,
I thought domination was better than King of the Hill from Gears 3, and I play King of the Hill almost exclusively in ranked.
Yeah, that's all we played.
Like, that was all we played.
That's all we
I loved
played.
it. Fun. Like, it's fun because you just kind of run around and kill shit, and there's always like 3 or 4 people in front of you.
Right.
Domination was fun because it was more strategic than previous Gears. Yeah, I know. Previous Gears of War modes like King of the Hill and Annex, because
Previous Call of
you had to kind of spread around the map and you had to be aware of where people are coming from. And there's lots of 1v1 engagements, which doesn't really happen that often in King, so much as it happened in Domination, because you'd be holding down a hill by yourself, and if someone came, you had to stop them in order to hold the hill.
Yeah. I mean,
I would be concerned about spawning. I think spawning
is
like,
a big thing.
competitively, I bet we can crack it open to a point where you hold 2 sites and just like lock it down.
Yeah, I think that's
Time will tell.
That's probably my biggest concern as well. And I tweeted that. It was like, I don't know how the spawn system is going to work, because it wasn't like we could get teams together and like purposely try to spawn lock. It was pretty balanced throughout the duration of us playing, so it wasn't really one-sided. So I mean, if you get a pub team or just a group of competitive guys, they're probably going to crack the spawn system real quick.
Yep.
Real quick.
I think so too. In regards to Skylis, you were saying that you definitely felt like when you were playing Domination, you liked it better than the King of the Hill in Gears 3. If King of the Hill was edited in Gears of War 3, right? Like obviously now with Judgment,